South Africans lost faith in the criminal justice system. Well, we're looking at different facets of the system in a special focus on eNCA. eNCA's Ronald Masinda is in Mitchell's Plain. He's speaking to the family of young victims who have died in the area and are still awaiting justice. Good morning, Ronald, and thank you very much for your time. Can you just give us a sense what has been happening insofar as policing in the area that has led many to be this aggrieved?
Good morning, Funda. Well, we are outside of the Mitchell's Plain Magistrates Court, and a short while ago we saw a number of police vehicles carrying many suspects. Many of them will be hearing their cases here today. But what has become an all too familiar sight is people who are behind me. Many of them are victims of family members who are out here in court. Many of them had very sad stories to tell. And many of these people are still seeking justice years after their loved ones were brutally murdered. But what we can also tell you is that here in Mitchell's Plain, it is one of the biggest township, if not the biggest township in the Western Cape. It is a place where there's quite a number of areas ravaged by gang violence, areas such as Tafelberg, Beacon Valley, as well lately Lentegeur and Westridge. But to tell us more about the situation on the ground and why a lot of people have lost their faith in the justice system, I am joined by Lynn Phillips. She's the member of the Cape Flats Safety Forum. Lynn, thank you so much for your time. I think before we touch on some of the issues faced by people on the ground, you yourself have your own story to tell. You told me earlier that the youth here is hooked on drugs. Tell us more.
Hi, good day to you and good day to all the listeners and viewers. Yes, my name is Lynn Phillips and I'm an activist in Mitchell's Plain. The challenge that we have, that 60% of our young people in Mitchell's Plain are on one or other substance. And the reality is that there is no real help for young people that is on substance. I will just cite, if an addict come to you now, when they have reached rock bottom, they would ask to be assisted. There's no way or no institution that would be able to assist them, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning or in the afternoon, and that is the challenge. What we normally ask the family of addicts that request help is to call the police, say that the child is psychotic, which is wrong because that shouldn't happen. The child is psychotic, take them to the day hospital in order for them to refer the child to an institution. But other than that, there is no other assistance for our children that really come out and seek help in our communities.
And I guess, Lynn, the issue of drug addiction goes hand in hand with gang violence because that's what primarily leads to a lot of turf wars on the Cape Flats. But the issue that I want to highlight, many of the people who spoke to here say that their children were not involved in gang violence, and they've now said that they've lost a complete faith in the judicial system. You yourself have your own experiences. Tell us more.
Yeah, I want to say that why we lose such a lot of young life, innocent life, is because the children don't want to be part of a gang, because that is the part of recruitment strategy to get them into the gang, and if they refuse to do it, the first thing is to injure the person and or kill the person. And that is our challenge that we are having. What we are saying in relation to the judiciary, we understand the independence of the judiciary, but as a normal citizen, an ordinary citizen, our feeling in the community is that there is biasness from the judiciary, and the biasness that we are saying is biasness towards the rich, because if you have money, you come free, you leave the court. But if you are a poor person that don't have, yes, we do have legal aid, but most of these times when these people appear that are poor, they are being told just plead guilty, although they're innocent at times. And that is the challenge that we are having, because it's a rich man's justice. And that is the feeling that our communities are getting out there. When is it? And I want to make this urge to the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, that in Mitchell's Plain, we urging you to come to Mitchell's Plain, come sit in Mitchell's Plain court and see what is happening in the court. I'm going to cite the court, Region A. Look at what is, check the files of Region A and check what is happening in Region A. The second thing that I want to urge him is to come and establish community court assessors, because that will minimize most of the things. Because if you really look at what is happening, our young children that are being caught with a stop are being sent to prison, making them criminals. 30 days or 30,000 rand fine. If you catch an alleged drug dealer with a shipment, that must go for forensics test. They come out on a 500 rand, 1,500 rand bail. Why? The same with illegal firearms. How is it possible that these people can come out, but the child that has been caught, they shouldn't actually go via the criminal justice system. They're supposed to have a diversion program for those children. I sat in court where a matriculant, first offense, his parents were told 3,000 rand or 30 days. What are you making that child show that interest in schooling? But he did the wrong thing at the wrong time and he was caught.
Many people who also spoke to Lynn, who are also here at the moment, are saying that their cases or the victims' cases have been sitting in court for several years. Why do you think the conviction rate is so low?
I think from our perspective, we are saying that the NPA and the IO that is dealing with these cases, they need to sit and ensure that the docket are prepared for court. They need to make sure that everything is in that docket in order to have successful incarceration, and that is not happening, because it's no use. We're going to protest and they're not happy with us being protesting. That is what the state is saying. They're not happy with people protesting. But this is the plight of the community. Do what is required or your legal mandate is. And for us, it's sit with the IO to ensure that the docket are prepared thoroughly for the court in order to get that successful incarceration.
All right, Lynn Phillips, thank you very much indeed. That was Lynn Phillips, an activist here in Mitchells Plain, highlighting the plight of the people. It's back to you.
All right, thank you very much for that update. That's reporter Ronald Masinda out in